Greetings, fellow Gothamites. Tiki here.
And Bluedragonfive. Over 10 years ago, as the Dark Knight changed things forever, we lost the actor who made it happen. Heath Ledger delivered the ultimate performance that left us eternally wanting more. While we all thought we saw the last of his betrayal of the Clown Prince of Crime, two men unearthed amazing footage. What he might have done next.
The job falls to us to comb through the files and documented exploits of Patient 4479 in this ultimate tribute to the role of a lifetime. Let's start today's session with Hypnotized. All right, Dragon, I mean, this episode is better than the next one, better than the last one. Water is wet. I don't know what you want me to say at this point. This is just kind of like a crazy train that just keeps on rolling, man. It's just like a quality leapfrogging over each other every episode we get at this point. I don't know. Like, you know, as you know, obviously, Dragon, we've had a couple setbacks recording this thing, so it's been a while since I've been able to get to the next episode, and every time I get to that ending, man, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to the next one, but I have to earn it. I have to earn it. So, Dragon, I'm just chomping at the bit to talk about this. So let's. Do you have anything to set up with this before we get into it?
Yes, and also just so people know this ahead of time, folks, we are covering. There's a small kind of holiday piece we will cover at the end, April Fooled. So we're going to cover that after we go through Hypnotized. Just in case anyone's like, where's that one down the line? Because we're not going to put that one on the image or anything. Because trust me, it's very spare and very small in the scope of our grander story. So, just right. We'll have in the description.
We should have just saved it for April Fool's Day somehow. Time that and then it would literally just be like a 1 minute podcast.
Yes, if we could go back in time, I'd actually like to make that happen, Tiki. But delays make that impossible. Okay, so. Let me tell you about Hypnotized. So, Hypnotized, I would equate to being kind of the gray matter, with the Breaking Bad comparison. It's kind of the gray matter of the Joker blogs episodes. It's the logical aftermath and punishment for Joker's actions within the last episode and a half, if you will. We logically separate him from Dr. Quinzel, which, it's a logical thing. Clearly, these sessions aren't really getting the desired results in the Arkham staff's case, given that most of them are dead at this point. And it kind of adds to this question of, how does our story continue with Joker and Harleen Quinzel kind of separate? Like, how does the story continue when they're separated, given the whole mad love of our construct here? So, yeah, this is the first episode without Harleen Quinzel, and also the introduction of Hugo Strange, played by Paul Vanasek.
Indeed, and that's definitely a big thing. I didn't know if you wanted me to tease it up in the intro or not, but or in my pre-ramble, I should say. But Hugo Strange, man. I mean, just that dynamic right there. It's like you asked how we're going to do an episode without Harley in it, and introducing Hugo Strange like that right there. I mean, on top of Jeremiah Arkham as a player in this thing, it's we're just going at it full tilt right now, Dragon.
Yeah, I realize there's a pattern in the first kind of first stage of episodes here, and that every episode after the first two, given that it's kind of a pilot, then kind of your first episode with it's basically just Joker and Harleen. After that point, 3 onward, we introduce a new character each episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, think of that. We had Steve, kind of a dead character, but a character all the same. We had Lyle in episode 4, and now we have Hugo Strange. We had Jeremiah Arkham in My Funny Valentine, and now we have Hugo Strange, and we're going to keep going from there.
Huh. Wow. Okay. So, because I know, obviously, like, one of the big hooks of us doing this is that I had to watch through all of Batman the Animated Series to get all the references, so...
Including Hugo. So now you know why I had to watch that Hugo Strange episode.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I would have known who Hugo Strange is, but...
Well, sure, but let me tell you, here's why Hugo Strange is in Joker blogs. So, Andrew DeVary, the co-creator and co-writer of the series, he loved the Hugo Strange episode from Batman the Animated Series, Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne. Very much put him in this episode, and originally they were going to have a different character replacing Hugo Strange. Originally supposed to be Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter, given the whole hypnotism aspect of the
I could see that, yeah.
But the name gag is what sold them. It's like, oh my god, we have the character who very...
Great.
And again, this is before the Arkham games, by the way. This is before Hugo Strange really came back in the vogue.
That's so quaint.
Yeah. Yeah, this is way before we get the Arkham City, when Hugo Strange really kind of comes back in a major way. And
Arkham
Gotham.
City is definitely when I first really took notice of Strange. Is like, because up until then, all I knew about him was that he was some sort of like mad scientist who was vaguely associated with Arkham.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this was kind of a big like kind of splash, and I'll tease something for the future that's going to be really fun. Paul Vanasek, much like the actor who plays Steve, Joey Kramer, he's going to have there's going to be a roll down the line. You're going to see Paul Vanasek again. You're going to see some maybe the face of Paul Vanasek, maybe as Hugo Strange, maybe as another character.
Ooh, is it Clayface? Is that what you're teasing? Where it's like ambiguous?
Am I?
I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. Okay,
right.
So let's dive into episode 5, Hypnotized.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so we start out. Of course, I love this little like kind of like in between sort of like fly on the wall type stuff where Joker and the cameraman are kind of like bickering with each other. Like, no. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
We have a new disclaimer. It says Dr. Hugo Strange, and then we go to our title card, which is, I still have no idea how they quite did this, but it's like this. They melted the words somehow for Hypnotized, and I don't know, it's really trippy.
Oh, it's got to be just some sort of after effect. I'm sure it's not. I mean, not to discredit them, but I'm sure it's some sort of like after effect thing. It is really cool, though.
Yeah, I'm saying I have no idea how it was given how they've been really, kind of had a lot of ingenuity with like the shower curtain thing, like last episode, for Dream Come True. So it's kind of anyway. So yeah, all right. So let's see. Yes. So then we start with very much fly on the wall. We have 4479 kind of.
Harley likes a close up. Harley likes a close up.
What are you doing over there? We're bringing it in close. Harleen likes a close-up. Frame it about here. Again, a little meta, like, Joker caring about the framing and everything. Again, that's going to come back. Joker caring about how the camera angles come across.
Dragon, I want you to describe the look on Joker's face the second he sees Hugo Strange walk into the room. I want you to recount for our audience who might not have been with us for our Bates Motel recaps. Recount what it was like for Norman Bates to see a man with his mother.
Oh, folks.
Because it's the exact same look, Dragon. It's the exact same look.
Basically, anytime there was a man in Norma Bates' life, Norman Bates, he just felt an instant, whether it was founded or not, he just felt an instant and palpable hatred or distaste towards that man. And like in some cases he would dislike someone so much he would become violently ill. So in this case, Joker, he forms an opinion on Hugo Strange very, very quickly. So the man enters the room, and so you see like the look of confusion over the camera thing, trying to hash it out with the camera. By the way, a little fun fact: you'll notice before there was no cameraman in the therapy sessions. Now there is, because it's a security guard. Because we have to have the guards in there. That's why he's cuffed and everything.
Well, that's a clever little detail. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Because later on, we're going to have some security.
That's kind of funny. Is that like maybe like a foreshadowing to Joker kind of like recruiting goons from within Arkham? I could maybe see.
There's some goon stuff I'm dying to tell you, but I can't.
Okay.
All right, but that explains how they like got in the room so fast at the end, because they're already in the room. Anyway, yes. So Hugo Strange like, good morning, and you see like and how are you feeling this morning? Terrible. So Dr. Quinzel's been replaced with Hugo Strange, and Joker ain't happy about that at all.
I love how Strange hesitates for just a second when he asks, she's gone, and he's like, yes.
Yeah. By the way, again, Paul Vanasek, I think Hugo Strange is flawless. I got that. He just feels quintessentially Hugo Strange. Like
I love how we get the beard even when we don't see his face. We still see the beard in the profile. And
again, the more danger. Again, we're showing more face here because of the angle. More of a person. Like we got like a head-to-toe shot. We got like more of a figure in there. Just like we're not cutting off the heads completely. We're showing more of a silhouette, so to speak.
Sure, sure.
Framing him from the back, which again, as we see, Hugo Strange is in a creepy amount of danger at the end of this thing.
All right, so Joker takes a personal offense to Strange's name, Dragon.
That he does, but we have this hilarious gag about flower and candy shops. I guess she didn't like my gift. No flower and candy shops. And what would you get the girl who has everything? And this is the bit that always stuck with me. Hugo Strange just gives a very telling response, like nothing. And I just love how Joker just sizes him up, and if you look at his looks,
you know what I like about that response?
What?
I like how that response can be read both ways, in kind of like I'm not playing your games, or if you think about it, Dragon, and it took me a couple rewatches to realize it, but if you think about it, what would you get for the girl who has everything? Nothing. That's honestly kind of like an answer to a riddle. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it kind of plays both ways in that regard.
And it's like Joker's look, it's like a little disquieted, but also it's like him sizing up, like he can smell the crazy on Hugo Strange. You can kind of sense it in the room with that. Like that guy's response, there's something off about this guy, which again, quintessential Hugo Strange. Right now we're at the stage of he's the put together psychiatrist, but that could become frayed very easily. So then we have the name gag. So it says, well, my name is Dr. Hugo Strange, and this is Dr. Strange.
Look, my name is Professor Giggles. You could have just told. You don't have to tell me your real name, Doc, but don't come in insulting me.
You don't want to use your real name, that's fine, but don't come in here like that is my real name. Oh god, and what is yours, patient 4479? So here we kind of get a sampling of what Hugo Strange's tactics would be as the Joker's doctor here, where his tactic is he's trying to get inside the head of his patient, which, as we know with his history with Batman, is his go-to move anyway. He loves getting inside people's heads, getting their secrets and everything, and yeah, it's just it's just he just kind of like sizes him up there, and he's just sort of like this. He's actually trying to get a response. Like maybe I can find who the Joker is with the name gag. Maybe I can use as an olive branch. Little does he know, it's not going to work at all. All right, so then Joker's just figuring, okay, back to square one, clean slate, all that progress gone. Of course, all this, like, you think you made progress. Well, with her, yeah, but... yeah, he's trying to build this case for, like, I don't want this guy, I want my doctor back. Get him out of here.
Right.
Old Hugo here, he's feeling confident, he's feeling cocky that after this session, you're going to feel different about that by the end of things here. Little does he know, oh boy.
Yeah, so he's been trying out a radical new approach to therapy, Dragon. And then Joker's kind of like all over it. It's like, oh, maybe you could show me some of those ink drawings while you're at it.
Yeah, I can laugh at all the dirty little pictures. So Hugo Strange, he's taking the dream talk from last episode, from A Dream Come True, and he's kind of, I love that he's watched the sessions. I love that
the dream from A Dream Come True came back, the whole bear hunting one, Dragon, because I love that. That's like kind of like it might be a motif, it might not be, but at any rate, the fact that it's a callback is great.
And we keep addressing that people have been watching these sessions.
Sure.
So yeah, he's Hugo Strange again. He's trying to kind of take control over the therapy in a hands-on way of like, okay, I'm going to take his game and make it my game, where everything he says I'm actually going to listen to, and I'm going to use it as the theme of the therapy. So let's hear about the dreams that coincide with your violent behavior. Well, which one would you like to hear? I go bear hunting in one of them. Of course, the prop in this case, the cuffs. He's having a lot of fun with the cuffs, and of course the setup later in terms of like what are we doing to the Joker this week in terms of the costuming or propping.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, so I saw the session. Well, why don't you call it a day and go back to whatever rock you crawled after? He just does not care for Strange at all. He just wants to get rid of him. Then we get the hypnotherapy thing. I'm a strong advocate of hypnotherapy and the power over the unconscious mind. How radical we talking? Then we have this great cut, this great smash cut to the, like, we fritz out.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this.
So the way they shot this, we have a night vision lens. Now, fun fact, they had to paint the smile in black paint so it would show up, because if it was red, it would just be all white.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Nice, nice.
And the electrodes on his head are actually they're headphones. They have like black tape on them. The black tape's cut into a circle. So it's yeah.
Do you know anything about the sound design?
Okay, I'm glad you asked me. So here's what they did. They used actual hypnosis sounds that you would use if you were gonna do that. And there's this one cue. I don't know if they took maybe like a whale sound or it's like isolated part of the hypnosis like soundtrack. Like the idea if you're susceptible to and you're going for the whole process, you technically could listen to this. And I don't know. Hopefully the dialogue would deter you from actually being hypnotized. But you know there might be some legalities that the Joker blog should be worried about. But I won't I won't dwell on that. But yeah, so it's actual hypnosis track.
Okay, that's really creepy.
I know, right?
All right, so of course, I mean, this is raw horror right here, man. It's just like, it's Heath Ledger's Joker literally staring us in the face in this creepy kind of like night vision lens, you know?
Mm-hmm. And of course, we have this fun running gag throughout the episode of, if this works and I wake up, my pants are off. The subject under hypnosis, won't do anything. His conscious mind wouldn't be willing to do. Like I said.
Well, like I said, if my pants are off.
Oh boy! So we begin the process, and we put them under. And actually, here's the creepy bit of sound design I can't place. It sounds almost like they took either a piece of the Dark Knight score or some noise, or if you know when they could take a deep breath, go to a place of safety, open your eyes. When he opens his eyes, there's like a little boom. There's almost like a shining cue or something.
Yeah, and that is, like, to me, probably the most disquieting moment of the whole series so far, is that little eye open.
And his eyes keep shifting in color, too.
If we can get that as the, I'm probably just going to go for that as the thumbnail. If I have to handcraft it, whatever. That's
so you want the eyes open, though?
Just the eyes open, yeah, just the blank stare.
I think we should be able to make that happen.
Okay.
All right. So, okay. Anyway. All right. So so he wakes up and just without going through every bit of discovery here, just go to a place of safety, and the open your eyes. Joker describes a place that feels like I'm on waves. It reminds me of the ocean, which is a deep cut reference. Scott McClure did a short film that's kind of making fun of pretentious shorts films about the ocean and the environment, so it's called The Ocean.
That's funny. I can totally see that.
All right. So it's just like so you don't know. So basically, Hugo, the setup here.
So Dragon, basically my octopus teacher.
I'm going to like that. That's what the parody is. Yeah, it's like kind of like a Jacques Cousteau or like the octopus. Yeah.
Well, don't lump Jacques Cousteau in with my octopus.
Oh, of course. I mean, Jacques Cousteau is the real deal. I'm just saying it's like a parody, that sort of thing. But the parody of Jacques Cousteau being more in line with the octopus. So,
right. Anyways.
Anyway, yes. So, okay. Again, the setup here being Joker's like sitting on the therapy table and he's being put in the hypnosis, and Hugo Strange trying to guide the journey into the Joker's subconscious, which again is always this is something in comics they play with very few times, where sometimes we'll go in the Joker's mind. It'll be an utter nightmare if we actually go there.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we have the Nolanized version of that, which is the question: can the Joker be hypnotized? So he says, like, I'm not on a boat. That's a waterbed. Oh, so you're in a bedroom? That's a good question. A better question would be, why am I not wearing pants?
I love how with Strange's reactions, he keeps trying to keep one step ahead of it, but every step of the way he's kind of like vaguely putting the pieces together very slowly.
And my favorite detail in the episode, in the writing, is that again we took the dynamic with Harleen and Joker, where again the whole thing is that he will set her up for questions and she won't take the bait.
Right.
And in here, Hugo Strange, we've inverted that here. Hugo Strange is trying to is setting him up for questions, and he is not taking the bait. I thought it was really clever, basically, as he kind of takes the reins on the guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so so let's see. So we will move on from here. It's just been getting really uncomfortable with the pants thing.
Right.
All right, so Hugo Strange is determining where this place of safety is, and like this place of calm for the Joker. So basically, we learn that it's not his house, but it feels like home. My favorite little subtle line. It's a great clue. It feels like home. It's strange.
Yeah, that's funny. That's
Again,
funny.
big hint for where it actually is. It's great.
Yeah.
So,
Never
all right,
felt this safe before. And then Hugo Strange, man, he thinks he's making progress. Good, that's good.
then he's about to ask him a question, but then he stops. Then Joker completely throws him off with the whole Harleen dynamic here. It's like, I'm not alone. There's a beautiful girl here with me. Why don't you ask about her pants?
Jesus Christ!
Oh boy.
I love how Dragon, just in the performance with the Joker, it's like there's so many like tiny little ticks. It's like this is, I mean, like we said with the intro here, man, it's like this is exactly the kind of stuff that sort of like lives up to the promise of the series. It's like, you know, that kind of like delicious, like multi-layer, just all the little eccentricities of Ledger are just kind of like up there on screen. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and there's like a great kind of there's a great reveal built into all this here, where again you're thinking, okay, this woman that he's talking about it might be Harleen, but as we reveal, it is not.
Exactly.
Because he did mention he had dreams of her, and a dream come true, so it's a great kind of misdirect. So is this your girlfriend, wife, perhaps? No, I don't see much of future in it.
Oh God,
she's a married woman.
Oh boy, here we go.
And then we have like the really just Hugo Strange being conversational as a therapist. Like, does that bother you?
right.
No, it's like you're a mass murderer. Like that might be what bothers you. Like the whole
exactly.
Adultery, really? Of all the commandments, that's the one. Anyway, so no, she'd choose me over him any day of the week. Knowing how insulting this is.
Also, I love how he's just playing around with his tongue and everything. Dragon, like I said, I'm sorry, I hate to be redundant here, but there's just so much. There's so much going on just visually, just in the face here.
Oh yeah, and again, only working with his face here versus like the physicalization with everything else that we had. I mean, we had some bit with the cuffs, but now we're like completely changing our shots and our landscape. From again, we keep changing up how we're presenting the show each episode.
Right.
Let's see. So okay. So after that, okay. So she's then Hugo Strange is trying to how can I spin this into some therapy here? Okay. So she sees something in you that's human, different from the others.
Mm-hmm.
So like I like spending. Again, this is the big like Harleen fodder here of like I like spending time with her.
Oh God.
Are you the same when you're around her? There's one thing we do, and it helps both of us.
Oh no.
And my favorite detail, I love how he crosses his eyes too. Which he does like the southern roll in the hay, like crossing the eyes thing. It helps both of us. So I think I understand. He was just very put off. Like, okay, I don't want to talk about this. I want to rein back to the humanity of the conversation here. So let's see. So where did you meet this woman? So and then of course Joker's completely going on the tangent here, is reining it into his wonderland here of like, of course all good things have to come to an end, and I'm thinking of ending things more ways than one. So just this heady and absurdly creepy turn begins. As again, there's always a creepy turn in the Joker blogs, and here it begins where we basically just like we turn from a dream to a nightmare, and Joker starts to panic as Hugo Strange is about to ask a follow-up question, like, shh, someone's coming. So we have this great guided, like, okay, well now Joker's completely taken the reins. It's her husband. Her husband's back from work. He says, okay, listen, I want you to. He's trying to wake him up out of it. Like, I gotta get out of this water bed. I gotta find my pants. And these are her pants. Where it's like.
Yeah, and my favorite moment in the whole episode is when Hugo Strange is like, does it bother you that she is panicked? Or I don't know if he asked that. I think it's just like the line is just like, she's panicking. I hate that.
She's starting to panic. I can't stand that.
Oh, like right away, that right there is kind of like, the scary Joker
Oh
moment,
yeah,
Dragon. You know what I'm talking about. The
I know
whole
you do.
look at me.
Oh yeah.
So again, with this performance, man, it's a feast. It's just like we're getting, it's just like a best of in terms of all the different takes and great little subtleties of the Ledger performance, just kind of like spread out through a series. I know I'm being repetitive here, but
Oh, but it's true. It's true. It is
yeah,
very.
yeah.
Again, we're kind of taking what's there, and again, we're finding a way to kind of rethread it, in a really interesting way here. And again, just through this thing of the Joker kind of in a panic within this dream, which again is completely throwing Strange off, and is wonderfully, again, it's so evocative in the writing here of this whole, like, he's painting such a picture of, like, I'm trying to get out of the water, but there's no time for counting. He's coming up the stairs, and like, I gotta, she's gonna help me out a window. It's okay, I'm gonna get it. It's like, and he's the minute you can picture in your mind him jumping from like a 1-story window or something, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm on the ground. I'm safe. So then Hugo Strange is trying to put a point on here of like, okay, so you feel safe after leaving this place, which then leads to the creepy reveal. And again, this is back to the writing structure. We always have to end on the really unsettling, creepy moment of the Joker getting the big payoff here of like, oh boy, it's basically coming to the realization, of course the Joker can't be hypnotized. What were we thinking?
Right, exactly.
Just screwing with him the whole time. Like, yeah, I can even see the address. I can. It's a 2-story, red brick, white door, in the Palisades. Which, by the way, is around where Bruce Wayne lives, in case anyone's curious. 2655 Davoth Avenue. That is basically after reading off the address. Hugo Strange, and there's this wonderful moment of like this wonderful chilling moment of like that. Just the pause, like that. That is my home address. Just the fear and shock of just being outwitted like that. Well, of course, and this doing the arms back pose, like, oh god, Joker's head the whole time. Well, of course, it's your home. It's your wife and her waterbed. There's the big old smile on his face. And what happens?
Hugo Strange just goes for it, man. He's just like, well, that is my address. And he just kind of like just goes for it. Like, how do you know these things?
You
these things?
Like, you sob, you son of a bitch! And he just strangles him, and he tipped over the entire table. If you notice, like, he just rammed him, and he's punching him, and we know Joker responds to people punching him in a small room. He just laughs it up. He loves it. And then the guards intervene, and then we have the iconic line, this should be on a t-shirt. How do you know these things? How do you know these things? And the guards are dragging him off. It's
I mean, that is the question of the hour, is it not?
That it is. All right, so after Hypnotized, there was April Fool. Now, let me tell you about April Fool, and then we'll get into like the less than a minute recap of April Fool. Okay, so at this point, they were at a monthly schedule after the first 3 episodes. Like basically, I want to say they were monthly at about a month after The Dark Knight was released. I want to say maybe 2 months after Dark Knight was released. That's when they started the show, and it was basically every month. So by this point, we're like Hypnotized in March, and then we reach April. And April's a big month for the Joker vlogs because the tradition became, we want to do an episode on Heath Ledger's birthday, hence the whole 4479 of it all, but also big Joker-related holiday, April Fool's. So we do 2 videos in April. And it's kind of so funny. So again, after the big crescendo of like, oh my god, after that Hugo Strange ending, what's next? And we start off the title.
Oh, so yeah, that's a classic April Fool's trick. South Park pulled that back in the day. Who is Eric Cartman's real father? Find out next week. South Park really did play that. It was awesome, but well, it wasn't awesome back in the day. But I digress. But yeah, Dragon, that is a common. I've seen that done before. The whole like, oh man, like it's the continuation of a big cliffhanger. What's gonna happen? April Fools.
And imagine, just after that hype, you have a title card that is okay. It's Joker in the same room as the silhouette of Batman. That's huge. That's monolithic, and of course the iron. I love the irony too, because again, I wonder how the deep cut guys are really reacting to this at the time. Where again, I was excited. Oh my God, it's Batman! But if you think about it, the guys who really know Hugo Strange like the back of their hand, they're gonna know. Oh my God! Because when this thing started, it still said the title card of like Doctor Hugo Strange overseeing patient 4479 and whatnot, and Hugo Strange very famously puts on a bat suit because he goes crazy. And it's a question of like, oh my God, the Joker sent him so far off the deep end, he's going to put on a bat suit to do therapy.
Right. That's fun.
So basically, again, we start very simply, just to go through the recap in like a minute here. Is we start in Utter Darkness after we have the title card, enter the Batman, drawn in blood, as it tends to be.
It's just like, oh God, like, wow, we're really going there. We're going there fast.
God, like what we think is episode 6. Oh my God.
It would basically be the equivalent if Batman showed up in Harley Quinn and the Joker versus the real world next episode.
Yes, exactly. I want the lights back on. The last time the lights were off, and of course, lights come back on, and we see basically it's superimposed, like they kind of photoshopped him into the thing. It's the Nolan Batman. And we reversed, and again, if you notice, it's a really cool, if you look at it, we reversed one shot from Hypnotized, because the Joker's patch is on the wrong side when Hugo Strange enters the room, so they basically just kind of flipped it around and put Batman there instead of Hugo.
Right.
And of course, like for a moment, like the lights come on, you see Joker reacting, and then just everything freezes, and we have like Jokerized, like ha ha ha, April Fools. I
mean, I don't know if that's the actual music that's played or not.
Well, no, it's not. You're thinking of the Joker movie, Tiki. That's what that music's from. But no, this is.
I am. You're right.
No, this is the it's a really catchy song because after watching, you can't get stuck in here. It's from Brenton Wood. It's called "I Think You Got Your Fools Mixed Up." It's kind of catchy. And this kind of plays for like the duration of the video, which is like probably like a minute altogether, like minute 45 seconds. After the 45 seconds, is a minute of this. And that's it. So,
right.
Final thoughts on Hypnotized?
I mean, like I said, Dragon, at this point, I feel like I'm getting repetitive, and it's like the quality just keeps leapfrogging over itself. It's just like I feel like this show's really coming into its own, and God, it's like I feel like we're at the tip of the iceberg here. So I'm just genuinely excited. I mean, like I said, performance-wise, I feel like this is the best yet because, as we've kind of illustrated, it's literally just a close-up of the guy's face for, like over half the episode, and you get so much out of that. So, I'm stoked.
Next episode, there's a big guest star. I think you're going to be really excited. All right, final thoughts for me. Again, such a clever episode that shakes up the format. Joker is so sinister and creepy. Basically, you see the Joker's sinister and creepy response to Harleen being taken from him. That's kind of the point of the episode. It's that there is no getting in Joker's head. He's getting more and more control as these episodes go forward. You see what he's done when he's not getting his way. How think about this. He gets into a doctor's head in one episode where we know he's playing the long game with Harleen. So that just shows you the power that he's amassing here. If he can do this to Hugo Strange in one sitting, why is he taking his time with Harleen? Because he's really feeling it out.
Oh yeah.
Again, Hugo Strange, small potatoes. He's the immediate example of what is on the horizon, and it's just an early. This was the early standout episode, soon to be topped. Trust me. But
I have no doubt about that.
I mean, again, this was the beginning of like, oh my God, we're all just shock and awe. How can it get better from here? So I'm just delighted. Hypnotized is one of the old timers.
All right. Well, our time's up, and it's time to reseal the further evidence. Until next time, we attempt to answer the question, is there a method to the madness? With the Joker Blog's case study.
Another good question is, why am I not wearing pants?
How do you know these things?
How do you know these things?